Hello everybody, welcome back to Screen Stars and welcome to another PlayStation 4 review. Today's review is for Bad North. Now this is another of those games that I picked up in one of the most recent sales on the PlayStation Network. I can't remember exactly how much I paid for this, but it was certainly less than £5, that much I think was true. Now this game, Bad North, is... well, essentially, it's a tower defense game. Now, I've got a lot of time for tower defense games. I find them quite relaxing to play, but generally I have steered away from playing them on the PlayStation 4 because those are the type of games that I like to pass the time with on my phone or my tablet, if I ever do any mobile gaming, things like that, which I don't do very often. But occasionally I will give a tower defense game a go on the PlayStation 4, and for the price that this was going for in a sale, I thought I would give this one a go. And this is a Viking themed tower defense game with a really quite nice visual aesthetic to it, as I think you will agree. And the idea is you've got these islands that you will have to defend. They start off quite slow with a small number of houses on these islands, and you've got a couple of units to your name, and you will be invaded by some invading armies, and it is for you to send your units to defend the beaches and stop them making it to your houses. If they do make it to your house or your houses on your island, they will then try and burn them down and destroy them, and if they succeed, you will get no rewards. If you manage to repel all the invaders, at the end of each level you'll get gold coins depending on how many houses have managed to stay up during the invasion, so you'll get bigger rewards. But the islands, as you could imagine, get increasingly more difficult as the game progresses, and it is a little bit more difficult to repel the invaders. Now, the mechanics on this work very similar, I suppose you could argue, to many other tower defense games. There are some differences here. I mean, there are checkpoints, so I can't just remember how often the checkpoints arrive, but it's after a few islands you will get like a checkpoint island, so that if you lose all your forces on a particular island, which is certainly possible, you can go straight back to that checkpoint, which is always a good thing. The thing here is as well, you will increase your armies on some islands you'll go to, and there will be a commander on that island waiting to help you. If you make it through that invasion, that commander will then become part of your armies. But you can only take 4 units into each island at any one time, if you like. So you've got to pick and choose, and there are a few different choices to pick from here. You've got your basic like infantry unit, you have spearmen, and you've got archers. And you can pick and choose who you want to take into battle. Now, like I say, after each island that you successfully defend, you will get gold coins for doing that. You then use these gold coins to upgrade your armies so that you can make them more powerful. So you can make your infantry unit better equipped with swords and shields, and then make them even stronger still. Same with the spearmen, you can make them stronger and more powerful, and the same with the archers, you can make them stronger and more powerful, and they've got better range and they will fire more arrows at a faster speed, that sort of thing. But there are also other things that you can get for your armies. You can get like buffs. You will unlock buffs depending on how far you get into the game. You can like Warhammer you can give to one of your units that makes them much more powerful, and other such buffs that you can spread out evenly amongst your units. Another thing you need to do is you need to rest your units in between battles. So once you've done an island, you then click next turn, and then it'll like swallow up a little bit of the map. Usually an island that you've completed, but not always, depending on the route that you can take, because you can take different routes around the islands if you like. So you could argue, two games will play the same. So you can do that, and then if you don't rest, you won't have all your units to go into battle, so you must rest. But as you progress through the game, like I say, you do unlock more units, so you might have 6 or 7 in the reserves, but you only need 4 for each island. So you can pick and choose who you're going to send into that island. And you can pick and choose what skills to give each unit, so each unit will have their own strengths and weaknesses and their advantages. Generally speaking, I like to have, obviously, you could put your archers on the higher ground and like the infantry and spearmen on the lower ground to defend. There are different numbers of enemies. So obviously you get the normal, guys getting off with just a sword. You'll get some with swords and shields. You'll get bigger warriors, archers, things like that. And the enemies do get more complex and more difficult as you progress through the game. Now, there's no platinum. Best I can tell here, there's no platinum for this game. If a unit dies, it's permadeath, so there's no way of reviving them. You can't use them again if that unit dies. And it's essentially that's it really with this game. Now, there are a couple of options here. You can turn off the blood if you want to play. If you want your child to play the game, you can turn off the blood if you really want to do that. The biggest thing here, the biggest compliment I can give this game is it's highly addictive. It's another one of those games that you'll lose 2 or 3 hours and wonder where the time has gone, because you'll just think, right, one more island, I'll keep going, one more island. And you just keep going and you keep going and you keep going, and it's very addictive, a lot of fun, very, very simple pick up and play game to go at here. And I must admit, I'm having quite a lot of fun with it. It's not a complex game. I think it looks quite beautiful at times. I love the aesthetic style of the game, and there is a nice amount of variety here for those of you out there who like tower defense type games. So I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. It's a very, very simple game. Gameplay mechanics that you'll recognise immediately if you play these sort of games, but it is nothing overly special. So that is my review for Bad North. I hope you liked it. I hope you found it useful, and of course I will be back with more reviews and content on Screen Stars very, very soon.